Hi guys, and welcome back to the Retro Room. On this video, we're going to take a look at this LG optical CD-ROM drive. It is model CRD8322B. It's mostly working, except the drawer catches sometimes, like it doesn't want to quite open all the way, and we're going to investigate that. This is probably going to be a pretty quick fix, but we will try it on another system here. Just 4 screws on the bottom, and this bottom plate just lifts off. Has 2 indentions for the 2 chips here. One has its little pad on it, the other one, the pad's stuck here. And this little foam pad to keep everything down here. Then we're going to have to get this open. And to do that, we need a little pin. There's a emergency access hole right here above the LED. And that just activates the mechanism in here enough to pop the tray out. To take this further apart, I'm going to take this front bezel off so that this front here can come off. It's only held by these 3 clips. Well, 4 really, but one was deactivated when we took the back panel off. That looks like it's in good shape. Then this just lifts right out of the top. There's the top side of the drive. And one culprit, I think, is right here. There's a belt. That looks like it's spinning all right, but it's a bit loose. I don't know. You know, looking at this guy, it looks like it's in decent shape, but it might be a little stretched out. I'm also going to put some lubrication down on those rails, if I can manage that. To do that, we're going to remove this retention magnet. That spins a lot nicer. I did get some new belts. I found them. This is one of these assorted packs. Came 3 of these packs for the order, but they took a while to get here, and then I've had them a while after that. There's got to be one in, about roughly the size of this guy. That one looks good. And they're square, just like these were. You'll catch it around that, then around the looks fine. A little tighter than the last one. Now, I'm probably going to make a mess, because for the lubrication, I have white lithium grease. This was the, and I already had this. I didn't go out and buy anything. This is probably not the suggested use for this white lith grease. I'm probably gonna, yep, make a mess. It doesn't look too bad though. Make sure it looks white and messy right in there. Didn't get it inside any of the rest of this. Did you unlock the drive? Just going to roll this back and forth so that it feels better. Get all these belts out of the way here. Let's take the drive, put him back in his case. After we put this back on here, this clips on this side. Two little pins hold that. All right, he's sitting straight, and just push him down on the other side where those clips are. Then all right, let's put some power to him and see if the drive mechanism works just fine. For that, we're going to use this power supply. It should do the job. Plug the drive in, and we'll turn him on. I think that belt's too loose. Well, we can see it working. I'm pushing the eject button here. Try to get it to. Try to get him to move. Yeah, that belt might be a bit too loose. I'll pop him out of there. See if there's not one just a little smaller. There's so many of these dudes in here. That one's the same size. I just may not have the right size belt for this dude at all. This is the old belt. we'll pop him back in there. Yeah, that one looks tighter anyway. Then we will the belt may not have been a problem at all. Yeah, that looks like it's working. Well, let's turn the power supply off. We'll put this drive back together again. And we'll see if it continues to work with everything on it. Okay, the front is back on it. I don't have the cover on it yet. There we go. Might as well put the screws in. It just goes together like he came apart. They're really pretty simple assemblies, especially these later CD-ROM drives. I mean, I don't know how late this thing is, but given how he looks, 1999. I mean, looks hardly used. He wasn't really dusty on the inside. Of course, I might have knocked a bunch of the dust out just by taking it apart. Well, he seems okay. Might have saved this CD-ROM drive. All right, let's see if he records and does all that. Records. Reads discs on a system and comes up right. We're going to use this nest of cables on this Pentium 3 motherboard. And we'll make sure it all comes up. Need to plug the board in, I suppose. This is a AT board, or baby AT board, with an ATX connector. This board can use slot 1, which is what I'm using, or socket 370, which I don't have. I would kind of like a keyboard on here. Put a little adapter on him. Just like so. And this has a PS2 connector. If you've watched previous videos, this board has been in other videos as the Pentium 3 weirdo, or whatever I named those videos. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Let's turn the power on. We have a problem. I guess it would help if I plugged the video in. Me being forgetful. Alright. It's a nest of crap right there. There we go. Yep. We should be good. So Pentium 3 450. Trying to boot from floppy. I don't even have a floppy drive connected. Got some Windows 98 action. It found the drive. You can see right there with that DOS CD-ROM driver. If you want to get away from the Windows splash screen, in a lot of versions of Windows I've found, you can just press escape. You guys can see the screen just fine. It's overlapping on my screen here, which is what I'm fixing. Go 1024 by 768. That should be a little better. Yep, worked just fine. That should be the CD-ROM drive right here, this drive D. It didn't want to eject the first time I tried that. But let's try a disk in him. Once I find one. I found a disk. It's a Sierra Quest for Glory anthology. Copyright 1996. None of the games on here are that new, though. Came up saying volume ID. Looks like it's reading the... Looks like it's reading the disk just fine. Let's see if it'll launch this setup program. It's a pretty classic Sierra startup. Make sure. Quest for Glory anthology will run in high or true color mode. Oh, okay. I don't care. Let's go to the main menu. We'll just exit. I don't really want to install that on this rig. At least, not right now. It looks like functionally the drive is working. I say that just as the drive makes some weird noises. Let's try this software eject. Well, while we have it open, let's pop this back on there. We'll shut him again and see what happens. Incidentally, this is showing 5 1/4 inch floppy as the drive A. There's no floppy connected, as you can see here. That's just what the BIOS is reporting, and the BIOS didn't test for drives, because why would it? Weird little thing that it is. I mean, everything's built on board. There's even sound on board, but I have something probably better in plan for that. I mean, it mounted the disc just fine though, and it's ejecting just about every time. Let's make sure it mounts again, then we'll see if it ejects with the button. It unmounts the drive, or unmounts the disc, kicks him open. I mean, he's not out of the woods yet, but I'd say that this drive is pretty much working. I'll try it in the system build. Hell, we'll try it in the system build for this machine. Maybe. But this was a quick little video. I thank you guys for joining me in that. And I hope to see you next time.